Did you know that, long before Eve, Adam had another companion? A figure surrounded by mysteries, legends, and even theological controversies. Get ready to discover who Lilith was, Adam's first wife. Its history stretches from the ancient civilizations of Mesopotamia to becoming a modern icon of feminism. Today, we will explore the complex and fascinating trajectory of this enigmatic figure. Hello, curious minds. Welcome back to Deciphering Stories, your channel of mysteries, conspiracy theories, historical and scientific facts. Get ready, because today we're going to dive deep into Lilith's story. But first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and leave a like. This helps us bring you more amazing content. Let's start this journey. To understand who Lilith was, it is crucial to start with Genesis, the first book of the Bible. This is the foundation of many Western beliefs about the creation of humanity and offers two narratives of how the first man and woman were created. The first narrative, simultaneous creation. In the first chapter of Genesis, we read about a simultaneous creation. God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. Genesis 1:27. This passage suggests that man and woman were created at the same time, as equals, both in the image of God. This implies a harmonious and egalitarian coexistence since the beginning of humanity. This simple yet powerful verse has been the basis for many theological and philosophical discussions about gender equality and complementarity. The second narrative, sequential creation. As we move into chapter 2, we encounter a different narrative. Here, creation is described sequentially. First, God creates Adam from the dust of the ground and breathes into him the breath of life, making him a living being. Adam is placed in the Garden of Eden to cultivate and guard it. God observes that it is not good for man to be alone, Genesis 2:18, and decides to create a suitable companion for him. God makes Adam fall into a deep sleep, removes one of his ribs, and forms Eve, who is presented to Adam as his companion. These two seemingly contradictory narratives have left many scholars perplexed. How can there be two versions of the creation of woman? An intriguing answer has emerged in Rabbinic and Jewish mystical interpretations. The figure of Lilith is not explicitly mentioned in Genesis, but Rabbinic tradition and mystical texts such as the Alphabet of Sirach suggest that Lilith was Adam's first wife. According to these traditions, Lilith was created from the same soil as Adam, as narrated in the first version of creation. This made her equal to Adam, not only in essence, but also in status. The name Lilith appears once in the Bible, in the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 14. The passage describes a desert where Lilith will rest and find a landing for herself. Translations vary, but in the original Hebrew, the name Lilith is there. The Septuagint, a Greek translation of the Hebrew Bible, translated Lilith as Onocentaur, a creature that was half man, half goat. The Vulgate, a Latin translation, called her Lamia, a seductive and child-devouring figure. Long before her name appeared in the Bible, Lilith was already known in ancient Mesopotamia. The word Lilitu in Akkad referred to desert spirits or demons. In Sumerian texts, we find mentions of these beings, with a Lilitu who inhabited trees and caused harm. A poem from around 2000 BC tells how Gilgamesh faced a Lilitu who had installed herself in a sacred tree of the goddess Inanna. After Gilgamesh's intervention, Lilitu fled to the desert, where she continued her existence. Lilith's presence was so feared that several cultures developed amulets and enchantments to ward her off. A Phoenician Canaanite tablet, for example, exorcised Lilith with the words, "O flyer in the dark room, leave at once, O Lily." In southern Iraq, an almost 4,000-year-old relief depicts a female figure with bird wings and feet, accompanied by nocturnal creatures, which some believe to be Lilith. In medieval Jewish tradition, Lilith is further developed in the Alphabet of Ben Sira. This text says that Lilith was Adam's first wife, created from the same soil as him. However, Lilith refused to submit to Adam, arguing that they were both created equal. Lilith then pronounced the sacred name of God, gained wings and fled to the Red Sea. 3 angels were sent to bring her back, but she refused, accepting a curse of losing 100 of her demon children daily. Lilith is also often associated with infant mortality. Amulets were used to protect babies, especially boys, until circumcision, and girls for 20 days after birth. These amulets usually contain the names of the 3 angels who confronted Lilith. If you're enjoying this dive into Lilith's story, don't forget to like the video and share with your friends. Leave your opinion on this enigmatic figure in the comments. Let's continue. The figure of Lilith transcended cultural and religious borders, permeating diverse traditions and mythologies around the world. In European folklore, his image merged with other mythical and demonic entities, resulting in a complex figure that embodies deep fears, desires, and symbolism. As Jewish texts and traditions spread across Europe, the figure of Lilith began to become intertwined with local folklore. In the Middle Ages, Lilith was often associated with demons and nocturnal creatures that haunted the collective psyche of the time. Fear of the unknown, combined with belief in supernatural beings, helped solidify Lilith's image as a threatening and seductive presence. One of the most common forms of Lilith in European folklore is through incubi and succubi. These sexual demons, who visit humans during sleep to engage in sexual activities, have often been identified with Lilith. Incubi were male demons who were believed to attack women, while succubi were female demons who seduced men. In medieval Europe, nocturnal erections and nightmares were often attributed to the action of these demons. Lilith, as the mother of succubi, was seen as responsible for these nocturnal attacks. From this new interpretation, Lilith became a symbol of freedom and resistance for many women. In 1976, the Jewish feminist magazine Lilith was launched, which still exists today. She is seen as a figure of empowerment, who fights against injustice and demands equality. Today, Lilith appears frequently in popular culture, in books, films, TV series, and music. She is portrayed in many forms, from a demonic villain to a feminist hero. His complex story continues to fascinate and inspire, showing how a figure can be reinterpreted over the centuries. Lilith is a multifaceted figure whose story has evolved over the millennia. From a desert spirit in Mesopotamia to an icon of modern feminism, she continues to inspire debate and diverse interpretations. His trajectory shows us how legends and myths can adapt and find relevance in different cultural and historical contexts. And so, we conclude another episode of Deciphering Stories. I hope you enjoyed this journey through Lilith's story. If you are interested in intriguing stories and historical mysteries, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Leave your like and share this video with your friends. Until the next video.